Did you ever just look around at your collection and ask yourself, when did I start collecting that? Friends, welcome back to the John's Comics with Kids YouTube channel, or should I say the John's Toys with, I don't even know what's going on. I noticed last week when I got my haul from Free Comic Book Day that it was maybe more toys than comics, and certainly in cost, I definitely spent more on toys, and it made me wonder, like, am I a toy collector? When did I become a toy? What happened here? So I decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get out all the toys that I've got in my collection, all the toys, and just let you decide. I'm gonna share every toy that I've got in my collection. You let me know. Has John become a toy collector? Did we realize that? Did we not notice that? I'm gonna exclude pops because I got about 10 of those. I'm gonna exclude anything that my girls have that they use and they keep in their bedroom. Although they're teenagers now, they just put them for decoration. I'm just gonna exclusively go over my toy collection. If you watched my video last time, you saw 4 of the newest ones. I got Vision, I got Sue Storm, I got they're right behind me. I got Luke Cage. Oh, and I got Nightwing, disco era Nightwing. So I've added those 4. Now we can kind of go through and look at all the rest, and you can tell me. The way I collect toys, or the maybe I'm admitting that I'm a toy collector, is I usually buy them either unpackaged or I take them out of the package. I like to use them for display purposes. I put them in cabinets or on shelves where I've got my Omnis and my things that are collected editions, and then of course I keep them behind me. I've got some statues as well and a bunch of Lego. But these are different. These are just action figures. So let's get through some of what I got here. The smallest section of toy action figures that I've got is DC. I don't have a ton. I've got 4, and I want to start with those first off. I'm going to let Magic Lasso be the happiest guy in the world and show him. Yes, I do have a Gal Gadot action figure from the movies. This is her when she's wearing her cloak, obviously. Great character design. Lots of good articulation, and looks great on a shelf next to the Wonder Woman Omnis. I can set her up there looking all boss, and yeah. So I probably would love to get a more traditional Wonder Woman, maybe like a more Linda Carter era style with a brightly colored costume at some point. But that is this. My girls used to have this, and they were looking to get rid of it. And I was like, no, 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 no. We don't get rid of something that cool. So that one stayed in the collection. Next up, I've got Darkseid. This is a fun character. I love the way he's got one hand open like this and one hand in the fist. He's got the shoulder pads on full display. The colors on the costume look fantastic. Again, a lot of range of motion. Just was great. I bought him out of the box from my LCS. They had some action figures, and I snagged that one. The next 2 are a pairing. I saw them. They don't necessarily go together from the same set, but they look great together. First up, I've got the female Robin from Dark Knight Returns. This is Carrie, but she's just Robin, obviously. So she's got the fun green glasses and wearing the traditional Robin costume, and she goes wonderfully well with my Batman. He is quite intimidating. He gives me the he might be giving me more of the Ben Affleck Batman vibe. Very big, very heavy. He's got a fun cape that moves nicely. Very, very muscle bound, heavy set kind of Batman here. Definitely looking all tough. And so together, size wise, they seem to be perfectly fit for maybe a Dark Knight Returns duo. So size comparison, these 2 look so perfect together that, yeah, that's the rest of my DC superheroes. Let's go to the non-superhero related, or at least let's see the non-Marvel DC ones. I got one superhero in this lot, and that is the Savage Dragon himself. I couldn't say no to this figure when I saw him at my LCS. I don't know that I've ever even seen a Savage Dragon action figure until I saw this one. Again, lots of good range of motions. His fingers open individually, so you can even like have him do the bird, I guess, if you wanted, or point at things. I love how skinny his legs are compared to his torso, just like Eric Larson often drew the character. So yeah, really great. This is the traditional original Savage Dragon before the Sun took over. But yeah, great figure, and just looks so cool. Just love having him in my background. You may have seen him. Some of these figures, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may have seen in the background of some of my Instagram posts and those kinds of things. Next up, if you've followed me enough, you've probably seen Stan Lee. I got this after my friend, the Bearded Comic Bro, started doing his Stan Lee in a Tree Christmas tradition, where he would move Stan Lee kind of like the elf on the shelf around the house. He's, of course, doing the Spider-Man web shooter pose. But yeah, this is my little Stan Lee action figure. He looks great in the background. I'm often having him sit on shelves or sit behind me somewhere. So yeah, got to have my Stan Lee action figure. Stan Lee. There he is, gang. Comic book creator. All right. And next, if you're a fan of Firefly, somehow I got a Jane figure. This is one of the characters, the mercenary, really, from the Firefly TV show and Serenity film. Just a fun character. And I think I saw this in a garage sale or something, and I couldn't leave it. So it's the only Firefly action figure I've got, but definitely happy to have Jane, one of the more entertaining, funny characters from that series. And lastly, from the movie side, I've got Mr. Orange, or the Tim Roth character from Reservoir Dogs. I think this was a gift from somebody. They saw it and they thought of me, and I was like, well, that's very kind of you. He's just, I love Reservoir Dogs, great movie. I need to switch his hands around. It looks like one of my kids was playing with it because he's literally got two left hands at this point. So that's kind of freaking me out. He came with a lot of different articulation. You could have him with a gun or his badge, because obviously, spoiler alert, this is the character that's undercover cop in the story. But yeah, there you go. One of the Reservoir Dogs. There he is, Tim Roth as Mr. Orange. That leaves us with Marvel, gang. And I'm going to start with the I guess you could say the mutant related characters, because I don't think they're all mutants, especially not binary. Yeah, this is one of my favorite editions of Carol Danvers. I didn't even know they made this action figure until I saw it at my LCS, and I was like, yeah, it was out of the package already, and I was like, I don't care. This is how I like my action figures, so let's get Carol Danvers binary in the collection. The hair looks great. She's even got a little like flame on her fist there. So cool. Great character, and the design of the toy looks so phenomenal. Yeah, had to have it. Let's see. Next up, we've got another newly mutant character. Oh, her arm just fell out. That's a character flaw. But yes, this is Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, in her Spider-Man shirt there, her stretchy arms. She's got a few different arms. You can like choose which one you want to have attached for her. I believe this came as part of my Marvel Unlimited subscription. I get the little gift box they send every year, and there's often an action figure, a patch, or a pin, some things like that. So this is the Ms. Marvel. But yeah, now newly a mutant. So we can add Kamala over there. Then we've got the more traditional characters. Of course, I've got to have a Nightcrawler, even with his sad bent sword. I need to figure out a way to like heat that plastic up a little bit and get it back into shape, but it's lived a life. Yeah, so this is my Nightcrawler traditional costume. Love the look. One of the best characters from the Marvel, from the mutant side of Marvel. One of my faves. So Kurt Wagner, there he is. Gotta have him. That's more of a traditional action figure, like the next couple that don't really have a ton of articulation. But I've got Bishop, and I believe he's supposed to move in some manner, but I can't figure it out. But I love this costume for Bishop. The scarf obviously is a needed piece there. The hair, so fantastic. I saw these at my LCS. They had several of these that they'd bought unpackaged in a collection, and I just was like, yep, I like the more obscure ones, the ones I'm like, I didn't even know they had that action figure. Same with this guy. We've got Apocalypse here. I even have the large Apocalypse. Where is he? I think he's back behind the boxes. The one that somebody told me is like pieced together from two different sets of Apocalypse. So if you find that one on my Instagram somewhere, you'll know. But this one, yeah, is a very simple one. Bends at the knees and the hip, but that's about it. Not a lot of movement. Oh, it looks like his feet extend. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know that he did that. That's kind of cool. Do his arms do that? No. Yeah. Like I'm learning about my toys. So there you go. Apocalypse. That leaves two mutants left. I've got this purple version of Deadpool. I don't know which era, he was wearing purple as his costume. This came in one of my Marvel boxes, one of the collector boxes. He's got the double swords on his back. I like the look of him, so I didn't get rid of him when I got him. Some of them I pass on to other people if I'm like, I don't really care for that character. But Deadpool has lasted a little while. Again, a lot of good articulation. He can hold a gun, he can hold his sword, he can just look cool. But yeah, there he is in all his Deadpool glory. And my last mutant related character is my favorite one in this set is Kitty Pryde. And she has the sword and she has Lockheed and she's got the scarf. She definitely gives the late 80s Kitty Pryde vibes. Really fun character. This one also came in one of my collector boxes from Marvel Unlimited. Just a really great design and just captures the great Kitty Pryde of that New Mutants era. So gotta have her. So great. That's my favorite one of my mutants. Yes, shockingly, no Storm. I have a Storm that's like part of a water toy that like squirts water. I didn't really count her as an action figure, but you know, what are you gonna do? Next, we've got the remaining portion of my Marvel collection. And I keep saying that it's a collection, so I guess that means I'm admitting that I do collect these. And this is Agent Venom, another Marvel Collector's Core character. This is the Flash Thompson as Venom in outer space with the guns and looking all tough. He's even got the Punisher. You know, maybe this is actually, is that Agent Venom? Maybe it's not. Maybe someone's going to correct me. This might be the What If Punisher became the Venom. That might be this one. It's not Agent Venom now that I look at it a little closer. It's what if it's from the What If comic. What if Punisher became the Venom? There he is wearing the Punisher logo on the front. I don't know how I missed that. I just assumed when you see Venom with guns, I'm like, oh, it's Agent Venom. But maybe Agent Venom's not popular enough to get that action figure love. But again, a cool figure, lots of articulation. The tongue sticks out really nicely, really wild. And then, yeah, gotta have all the guns. Gotta have all the guns. Give him all the weapons. Next up, I've got my two Hulks. So I got Tiny Hulk. He's got great articulation, great facial expression, just a really fun character I've used in posts and things. And then from my man Jeffrey Comic-Con, I've got the giant Hulk here. Sorry, his arm looks a little wonky now that I see it like that, but let's twist that up. There it is. This giant, just huge action figure. He even came with a like broken car, like he could stand on a wreck of a truck or whatever, yeah, like probably a sedan that he had destroyed. But a huge character, does easily my biggest action figure, unless you count that I probably should count that Apocalypse action figure as well. Just a huge bruiser and looks all boss. The detail in his legs and his pants, just so badass. It's a really great version. Love this Hulk. Thank you to Jeffrey for that. Next, I've got my Thors. Firstly, of course, like the classic Thor look. And this character has a ton of articulation. I think I got this for Kate when she was way into Thor. And just really great design, a lot of detail in his armor. Really looks cool. And then, of course, Jane Foster in the same basic look, right? So I've got a Jane Foster Thor and a Odin's son Thor, and they look just so cool side by side in a cabinet with all the Thor trade paperbacks from the Jason Aaron run. These two look so great together. So there's my Thor set. Now leaves 4 left, and I've gone 13 minutes. So maybe I have proven that, yes, I do indeed collect action figures. Next up, I've got Spider-Woman Jessica. Oh my goodness. I almost said Cruz because I was thinking of the Green Lantern character. But Jessica Drew here, one of the new Avengers, in all of her awesome glory, good hairstyling, good facial expression, like the facial details, and the pose, of course, all awesome. So I can't remember how I got this one. I don't think it was one of the Marvel Core boxes, but really great design. Love this suit. Great character. So there you go. And next up, I've got T'Challa. I had to have a Black Panther action figure. So here he is, the traditional kind of like early days costume without the popped collar kind of like short cloak thing that he used to have. This is like the next era of his costume, the second era. But he's got a cool spear. He's got his necklace, right? But this is how he looked when I was reading him in the 80s. when he was on the Avengers a bunch. This is my T'Challa. So I saw this figure and I was like, yep, that's coming home. That's coming home. And next, these next two I got through my Marvel Core, I believe, and they are basically two versions of this of the Daredevil. You have red suit and yellow suit Daredevil. It's the same mold, like the pieces, everything about it are identical. It's just different colorings. So you have like depending on if you like the yellow suit more or if you like where's the yellow? There it is. You can have the iteration that you like. So I'm just pumped to have both of them. So great. I may have gotten one through the collector's core and one another way, but I think this one came through the collector's core. So cool. Just great. Just great. Love it, love it, love it. So there you go. Those are my action figures in my collection. Am I a toy collector? You tell me down below. How many toys makes you a collector? I suppose if I was actively hunting certain characters, maybe that would be a one way to look at it. I use them mostly for displaying, like I said, and it's whenever I see a fun character that I like that I have not seen as an action figure or that fits in some way. And usually my LCS again has great pricing on those kinds of things, especially when they're out of the box. So I'm like, okay, for $5, give it to me. Like, let's add it to the collection. So that's where I'm at with those. Huge thank you to the channel members. I've got to update this list because there's a few people that just joined on Friday night, and I'm recording this on Sunday with Mother's Day. Too much going on. Have not had the time to update this. But these are the folks most recently that were on my channel members list, and I appreciate them all for helping me keep the lights on around here. And they're all eligible to win the monthly giveaway box that I do at the basically if you're a member in a month, at the start of the next month, that first Saturday, I usually do a live stream and I give away a little box. Usually it's got some fun variants and I throw in a trade paperback of something you might enjoy. So hopefully makes you feel like you get something special for being so supportive of this channel and me and my girls. So thank you for everybody doing that. Let me know, what else do you collect? Do you have any toys in your collection? And do you think I'm a toy collector?